This is my review of the Logitech MX518 optical gaming mouse. To start, I'll go over the general specifications of this. It is 5 inches long, 2.5 inches wide, and 1.5 inches high at the peak or highest point of the mouse. It also comes with a USB cable that is just shy of being 6 feet long. It has 3 Teflon feet, but Logitech says it's a special, note, unpronounceable Teflon type foot for optimal mousing. They claim it will be able to mouse the equivalent of 155 miles worth of, but they have their little disclaimer based on what surfaces you use it on and what have you. Personally, I normally use this on either a wooden table or a desktop that's like a laminate. I've actually never used this on a mouse pad or anything like that. It's got 8 programmable buttons, so forward and back here, left click, right click, programmable. This one is normally defaulted to window swapping, DPI up and down, and center click. It has a scroll wheel. I went with this one because I was looking for, originally I wasn't even looking for a gaming mouse. I was just looking for a mouse that was more substantial than what was out there at the time. My work mouse is the MX, the Logitech Anywhere MX, this little optical, I'm sorry, this one is actually a laser wireless mouse. You can kind of see side by side. So I wanted something that sat a little bigger in the hand. As you can see, it sits very nicely. Your fingers aren't arched in a precarious manner. So we'll get to the top here. This is actually a metallic holographic type sticker. It actually is a finger crud magnet. So if you use the mouse for any length of time, whether you're just putzing around on the computer, surfing the web, or if you're actually gaming, you know your hand sweats and it gets all cruddy. So one thing I actually like about this one, it has more of a rubberized texture, so you don't really have that issue. Because this is a gaming mouse, Logitech claims that left and right click are good for 10 million clicks. I actually had a buddy of mine stay with me recently. He got me back into gaming. So we were playing Diablo 2, so I started putting this through its paces. And with Diablo 3 coming out, I'll probably continue to test how many clicks I can get off of these buttons. It is a very sturdy mouse. My cats have found it to be their personal plaything. So I have found it dangling from where I normally keep my computer. So the cable is very taut and very strong, as well as the body construction has withstood hardwood floor, tile floor, and linoleum being just falling from probably roughly 3 feet and then proceeding to be whacked around by the cats, which is why I now keep the cord a little shorter so they can't do that. It is a plug-and-play mouse, meaning you plug it into the computer and you can use it. However, it does come with Logitech proprietary software known as SetPoint. It actually comes with a special SetPoint since it is a gaming mouse, which I will get into in a little bit. It is compatible with Windows XP Vista and 7 with just the plug-and-play feature. You don't have to load the drivers, or well, it comes with the drivers on there. You plug it in, it loads the drivers. It's got an adjustable DPI from 400 to 1600. So I'm gonna get into a preview of the SetPoint. Okay, here is the Logitech SetPoint software that comes with the mouse. Here you can see it's select your mouse. I have the MX518 optical mouse. Here you have the choices for what the buttons actually do. Left click and right click are kind of, you're stuck with what they are. The universal scroll over here, you can see you can change it to generic buttons, scroll speed, generic button on the side here, and the forward. This was actually set to the back button originally, but I was having issues with TeamSpeak. When I clicked it, what it would do is it would just do a quick flash for the click, and it wasn't allowing me to hold the button down to click to activate TeamSpeak. So I changed it to a generic button. It still goes backwards and forwards on a web browser, which is what I wanted it to originally do. This document flip, what that is just kind of brings up cascading visuals of what open pages, documents, applications that you may have. This is the DPI up and the DPI down. Now, what I forgot to mention was with the changing DPI, they say it's a gaming mouse, so it's meant to change the DPI while you're playing. However, if you're using this for something else, such as Photoshop, like photo editing programs, changing the DPI is quite nice, so you don't have to worry about your shaky hand interfering with what you're doing. So you can like decrease the DPI, and you can get some of your more finite detailing work done. All right, next we'll move on to the mouse movement. Here you have, again, select the mouse. You have scrolling options, pointer speed, yada, yada, yada. Now, since this is a gaming mouse, this is the place where you're going to spend some of your time. So, gaming detection enabled. Again, this is the mouse. Here you have assignment of different keys. However, over here on the right-hand side is the advanced game settings. You click on this, it's going to open up a new window. This is how you change the sensitivity of the DPI for the two increase and decrease buttons. You can have 5 different levels of sensitivity chosen. Right now I just have 3 because that works for me. How it works is you select a level, so in this case I'll select 2. Here you can see it highlighted on the wheel, and what you'll do is you click, and it doesn't want to play correct. Oh, I'm sorry. Over here is where you change the sensitivity. I always forget. I always think you can drag that. Here is the increase or decrease sensitivity. You just click and drag that. Now, you can see it is being limited by the presets that I have. So it's being limited to not going higher than 1800 and not going lower than 800, because that is where it's stuck in between. If I were to say, all right, I'm not going to do this one, I'll do this one. Well, now I'm stuck between 400 and 800, which are being marked here. So you set your DPIs, you can set your X, Y. When you're done, you can hit OK. What I'll do now is I'll input a screen where it shows a mouse pad, and I'll scroll the length of the mouse pad using the same the 3 different DPI settings, so you can get a better understanding of what that looks like. Okay, this will show a brief little bit of the scroll wheel. If you look up in the top right hand, you'll see with the current settings I have for my scroll wheel, this is the speed you have. There's no left to right scrolling with the scroll wheel as there is with some other mice. I kind of wish this one did actually have left to right scrolling. Okay, so here we'll show the DPI settings, or the DPI changes, and this is the only time I probably will actually use a mouse pad. Alright, so we'll change the DPI to its lowest setting and show how far or how long it takes to go from right to left here, or how far it takes to travel from left to right. Scrolling. Okay. And now we will go click up the DPI. Alright. And last one is the max DPI. So you can see just how little it actually needs to move to make it across the screen. So yeah, the DPI switching on the fly is a nice feature. So with all I've covered with the mouse itself, the software, I really like it, but apparently Logitech is discontinuing or has discontinued this model at the time of the video I'm making here. I probably got this mouse roughly $35 when I originally got it about 1.5 years ago. I went looking for it recently, and it seems that it's a very popular mouse. So the griefers have kind of started, I found between like 118 to like 40 bucks was about the cheapest I could find this now. However, Logitech has put out a replacement for this model. They call it the G400. They're saying it's the new MX518. It has, instead of the glossy coating here, it has the more rubberized that this guy has, as well as it can go slightly higher DPI. Off the top of my head, I don't remember. If you can find it and you're willing to put down the cash, I like it. I would go for it. But if you want the not slick buttons up here and you want the more rubberized, I would check out the G400. It's supposed to be, it looks exactly like this, just black rubberized top and what have you. So I'd either go for this one if you can find it cheap, or try the G400 because I think that one's now the new $35–40 mouse. That's it.